All right. So the video has started, sir. Oh no, you're good. So
Alright.
Bandai has released some crazy information today at the Bandai Card Fest in Orlando, I think it is, right?
Yes, sir.
And we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. It's too
Yeah.
good. Too
Yeah,
too
it's too
crazy.
exciting to not talk about, I think.
Man. I mean, we like a little bit of all the Bandai card games. You know, we each have our preferences, but the Gundam stuff that they're talking about today, oh yeah, a little bit of favoritism, if I do say so myself.
Just a little bit, just leave it.
Right, just a wee bit, just a wee bit. So let's get to talking about it. So here's the first thing we talking about, y'all. The Booster Pack New Type Rising GD01 releases simultaneously worldwide on July 2025. I almost said 2025. Throw the whole man away.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's technically correct.
Right, right.
2025, yeah.
Yes, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, definitely exciting to finally have a actual release date.
Yeah,
Considering it was like up in the air for everything. Also, what I noticed as well is that MSRP is $4.99. So I think
that's
packs of
above
like
average, right?
I believe it was like 50 cents. I think. Um, but we knew this. We knew this coming this year. Everything was going to go up.
Yeah, yeah.
Unfortunately, with all like Bandai, I think games.
Sadly, but I mean, what can we do? We just gotta go with the flow. I wonder how many packs
Yeah.
are in a box.
Uh, if there's a trend, it'll probably be the same as like Digimon and One Piece. I think.
I sure hope so. I do like having more packs in each individual box, even if it does cost a little more. Cause
Yeah, I mean,
Union Arena, you knock
Union
them
Arena.
packs out in like
Yeah,
30 seconds.
yeah. Hmm.
Yeah, it
Like
doesn't.
it just feels bad too because you're like I have so little chance to pull the bigger card, but with like Digimon and One Piece for examples, right? You have a lot more chances to pull like these higher end rarity cards as well.
Exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
So I
Also,
mean,
pulling one All Star sucks at a Union Arena.
man. Well, Union Arena the numbers is 1.5. So some boxes give you two, some of them give you one. And
Yeah.
like you said, when you
So
get the one, it just feels like you spent a lot of money on nothing. Unless that one is like a signed card or
I
stamped.
mean, well, for the most part, there's serial number cards. The only one that was signed is Bleach, right?
Yeah, Bleach is the only one with signed. No.
Yeah.
Hunter x Hunter has signed cards because Hisoka is
Oh,
signed,
right. Yeah.
Crollo signed. It's just for whatever reason, Gold isn't signed, and that's their highest rarity. It's like what were y'all thinking?
Yeah.
Right.
But anyways, back to Gundam.
Back to
The
the
robot
goodies,
fighting.
bro. Back to the
Yeah.
goodies.
So it looks like the first booster pack is gonna be called V-Pack Rising. I'm assuming it's just to again start off the series with the
Yeah.
Rising of Gundam. GD01 sounds really cool. I don't know why it's GD. Oh, Gundam. Never mind.
Yeah.
You would think it's like was it Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh where it's like NTR or like
uh,
NRS or something like that.
well,
You
One
know?
Piece keeps it simple. They're just OP01, OP02, and I think they learned a
Yeah.
lot from One Piece in terms of moving on to the new one.
Yeah.
Let's move
I
on to the
agree.
next slide.
Yes. Let's move on.
So we're gonna get 4 starter decks come early July 11th to be exact.
Yeah. So that's super exciting.
This
Start
is
of
insane, man.
the month of July. Yeah.
Man, you get a little bit of wing, you get a little of the OG. Actually, I don't even know what the STO3 is from. Xeon's Rush. What is that from?
I'm gonna look it up. That's a good question.
Everybody knows the bottom right, the white red
Yeah.
deck is Seed.
Yes. So I think that's a fan favorite if I remember right.
Yeah. Actually, they got pretty much all the fan favorites because there's people of all types. I know
Oh
when
yeah,
they.
people love Gundam Wing too.
Oh yeah, Gundam Wing. I'm surprised they didn't come out with G.
Yeah. Oh man, don't get me started. Do not get me
Shining.
started. 'Cause that would have been hype.
Okay,
For a
so
lot
if
of
you were to get in your order of preference, assuming you would get at least one of each starter deck, depending on how they do the rarities and everything, right?
mhm.
From 1 to 4, which one are you grabbing?
Would be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
3 being Xeon's Rush, 2 being Wings of Advance, right?
No. Like for me, I'm gonna choose like my preferences. So number 1, I'm grabbing Wings of Advance. That's the first starter deck I'm
Okay.
gonna get.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, I got you.
Then yeah.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Finish it.
Okay, so 1 we want Wings of Advance because you know you got to get some Gundam Wing in there. I'm just mad that what you call it, Death Sight's not in there. But you know, haters can't hate. I'll get them eventually. Then I'm going to go with STO1 Heroic Beginnings because I really did enjoy Witch of Mercury, and I just finished watching Gundam Origins. That was great. Let's see what else. Then I'll probably do Seed. Believe it or not, I didn't finish Seed. I know it's a fan favorite. It's just, you know, we had to watch it back on Toonami back in the day, man. Like,
right, where it's all out of order.
Yeah.
Late at night, out of order.
Man, and then don't let them have a delay and they jump back a couple episodes, a couple times. Like, come on, man. But
Right.
yeah, I think Seed would probably be my next one, and then Xeon's Rush Final will be the last one.
Okay.
Even though that Zaku
least...
was pretty gas.
Yeah, right. Why should be like the best one out of all 4 of them?
Bruh.
For me, it'd probably be Seed Strike for number 1. Number 2 would be Heroic Beginnings, 3 Wings of Advance, and 4 Xeon Strike. I'm just not excited about Xeon's Rush Strike. I'm assuming just because I'm not familiar with it. It doesn't bring like that sense of nostalgia. But definitely the other 3 are just like super hype.
Yeah.
Plus, the color seems really nice.
Just off pure what Gundams are there, I would definitely say the other 3 are definitely more hype. But judging based off the gameplay that I've seen other people do, from their obviously their whatchamacallit, what are they called? Premium, the beta set, that thing. Yeah. Edition beta, that's what it's called. From watching them, it looks like there's a lot of mid-range to control, and we haven't seen how aggro generally will work. But we do know that the Zaku cards put out like a lot of tokens, and they swarmed the board. And then we just learned, which we'll see later in the slide, what the red color is supposed to do. I guess the red it does damage.
They're trying to show off the red color recently.
Yeah, and I guess it does ping damage. I don't know for how much, or if it's like when attacking, something that's constant. Because I know blue has a card. I think it's the gun tank, and you on play you you ping a card for 1.
Okay, that's really cool then. If they're able to like generate enough ping damage, like in let's say Flesh and Blood, or like in Hearthstone, where you just be able to ping and they lose damage and they keep pinging over and over again.
Yeah.
That would actually be very good.
Well, damage is recurring in this game, so you're not gonna. They don't heal back up at the end of the turn. They'll hold that damage for forever.
Right. So like Hearthstone, where you ping them for 1. If they have 4 life, they go to 3 or 2 or whatever, maybe. And if at 0, they die.
Yeah. I think that with the ability to swarm, like what if it's like every time a card, gets destroyed on your field, shoot your opponent first. Pick a card, hit him for 2 or something.
That'd be cool. Or every time you attack, you do 1 damage.
Yeah.
Or every time your token dies, every time your token attacks.
Yeah, something like that. I think that could be really cool because that'd just be like all gas, no brakes.
Yeah. And then depending on what those 2 characters like theme is, if they're like little bombers, then definitely on deletion or on like death, pinging would be cool.
Yeah.
Kind of like fragments hitting their enemies. That'd be really cool. Especially if they're like ghost types, where it's like the tokens are like the ghost or like the after image of the character, and they do damage, something like that. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm here for it.
But definitely these 4 look very promising.
Yep, definitely. We'll move on to the next slide. So they just dropped a quick information dump along with the starter decks. The sleeves, obviously they're probably just going to have card art on them, let's be honest.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
It's just going to be card art. Bandai does that with all the rest of their card games. That's more than likely what they'll do. But the official deck case needs to be talked about. Now, sadly, we do not have the picture. I'll see if I can end up grabbing it and then put it on Instagram or something. But they showed an image. Actually, I'll let you describe it, Will, because you're the one who caught it.
Yeah. So while I was watching it live, the live feed, someone in the chat pointed out, and I didn't realize it until they pointed it out, was that for context, they're releasing all of these little battle figures to go on with the card game. I guess I'm not sure what for exactly, but they put them on top of the card or as tokens. I think you use them as tokens. So you're able to put them on top of the card.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. But what we noticed, or what the chat noticed, and that I caught on to for the deck cases, is that they have a little slot for that little figure. So it would essentially redesign the entirety of like what we know to be deck boxes, and to have instead a figure slot, a deck slot, and a dice slot. So that's super interesting.
That's huge.
I don't know how. Yeah, I don't know how in depth the figure aspect's gonna go. I know for sure you're able to paint them ourselves, like a Warhammer.
Yeah.
So have different designs, different logos, whatever it may be.
Mm-hmm.
Double shot logo on one would be dope.
Yeah.
And just carry that around. But I don't know what kind of significance they have, except for like with tokens, from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
If it's just like to show off, that's cool too. You don't have to use them, but definitely having that little individuality with the I guess these figure markers for tokens would be cool.
Yeah. We'll definitely get into it more. Cause I think this might even be the next slide, but I just want to finish everything on this. But as y'all can tell, that a deck box that holds literally everything, and then you could also use figures in the card game. And to my knowledge, it doesn't look like it's mandatory or anything like that. I think it's just like something to just flex a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just like in Union Arena having like perfectly different action points.
Exactly.
Like that. High rarity action points. That's a high rarity token marker. Let's say.
Exactly.
You could easily use like a dice or whatever you have, right?
Yeah.
Or anything of the sort. Like I could be using this bleach dice I have here.
Yeah.
And just as a marker. It's not, obviously not Gundam, but it's technically a little flex on there.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll also be getting the damage counter dice set for $15. 15 for 6 dice. I mean, it's pretty much a little above average price for 6-sided dice. That's like specially designed or whatever. But it's not like bad. You know what I mean? I like the dice. I wish it had more like a glossy tone to it, but who am I to be the judge? I'm just here for whatever they give me.
Yeah, and then we don't know if they have anything else in store, right?
Exactly.
We can also other people such as like Manamoon could also incorporate their own dice design, stuff like that.
Exactly.
Just like they've done before, again, like the bleach dice.
Yeah.
Anything or even have custom deck boxes. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's just all upon these creators as well as the design team from Bandai, from the Gundam team, to implement onto us.
Yeah. I'm going to move on to the next slide. And like he said, figures are here. This is amazing. This is amazing. Because not only is it just like a little bit of a flex, but it's a whole nother line to their Gundam thing. And I don't know if everybody knows exactly what Bandai is, but before they were heavy in the card sphere, they were heavy in the toy industry. Which I guess cards are still considered toys technically, right? But regardless, that's where they ran. And Gundam sold like hotcakes for them. They're still selling them to this day. And it's crazy how much they do. So now they probably noticed that people liked from Digimon when they would award like the little small like Vmons or little Agumons that you use as dice markers.
Yeah.
They probably like, oh, people kind of like things like this. All right, cool. Can we do something like that for this too? Let's see. So now you got these two. So now it makes it actually look like a battlefield. And you know what makes this extra dope, bro? The simple fact that this card game is not just meant to be played one-on-one. It can be Battle Royale. Yes. It can be 2v2. So to have all that on board and have these custom painted to your liking versions of Gundams on the field is crazy, bro. That's it. It's gonna add so much fun. Bandai's doing what they can to be as much like Magic, while incorporating their style of card games, and I'm loving everything they're doing for this, dude.
Yeah, I mean, when they incorporated code foils from like the Flesh and Blood scene into One Piece, I was already trying to think like they're gathering little bits and pieces from other card games and incorporating into their own games to make them better.
Exactly.
So they're learning, but slowly.
Yeah, and I think the Gundam card game is what it's shaping out to be is a little bit of everything. They're grabbing from everything. They know what works, and then this is Bandai's IP is high key like Gundam. That's probably the first thing most people think of when they think of Bandai as a company. You probably think of Gundams, right? And Gundams are huge, bro. I just saw a YouTube channel. Somebody had like 950K subscribers and like multiple videos above 500K, and all they do is build Gundams.
That's pretty cool, though.
Bro, people like it, bro. So it's gonna do something.
Yeah, I'll also say that they're taking art like design, not necessarily like obviously ripping off design from other card games, but like the way they do their other arts, like from like Digimon, for example, right? Remember that like rainbow looking Gundam alt art?
Yeah.
That they showed up. Yeah. It reminds me of this. Looks like this Magnumon, like the way it shines.
You know what okay, so clearly, in my personal opinion, Digimon probably has the best artwork as of right now.
Yeah.
But a lot of their artists are Gundam artists.
Yeah.
I mean, even some of the good artworks from One Piece are still the Gundam artists.
Yeah, and then it's only the first set, too, so it's only up from there. So they're definitely learning, definitely getting better, and we can only hope to see that they continue just this trend. And then, for all we know, they could do like a collab between like One Piece Gundam or like what if they had Frankie as a Gundam? That'd be cool as shit.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool.
What if they had an Omnimon Gundam? You never know. It'd be really cool though. I'd definitely get that. You know how cool that'd be?
Yeah, I mean, shoot, you saw like Gundam was collabing with Fortnite, so it obviously shows they're willing to collab right now.
Exactly, and I know Digimon's been collabing too. They did a couple collabs with, I think, was Monster Hunter and something else. I forget what. But they done a couple collabs. But that just shows though that Bandai's not afraid to do some collabs going forward.
Yeah.
We're just hoping that they bring those collabs to the card games themselves. That's able to generate hype and excitement for the games themselves.
Yeah. I 100% agree with you, man. And then here's some more of the Gundam assembles. I was about to say ensembles, but Gundam assembles starter sets. This will also be available for pre-order, I believe. It's what, $34? Yeah, $34.99. Also on July 11th. I'm gonna get me a copy. I want the full set.
Just to have a copy.
$40 for the full set. I mean, you still gotta buy the paint. You gotta do all that cool stuff. But like, I'm down for the cause, man. Like,
yeah,
I might go hard with this.
Card shop near me that actually has all the paint for it.
Exactly. They really like do miniatures like that. And what also makes it so cool?
That'd be really cool.
Do we actually get that on the slide? Hold on. No, we didn't get it on the slide. What also makes the miniatures so cool is they showed that there's going to be a Gundam miniatures game, just like Warhammer.
That's be dope.
So I don't know if you realize the card that Gundam just played, but they essentially did like the Google move where they just want to be, or the Amazon move where they're like, all right, cool, we learned from anything and everything, and we're trying to be in all these spaces, right? Because now you got the Gundam card game. Okay, so no other card game that I know of is played as much as more than one-on-one as whatchamacallit, Magic. Magic's the only one I know. Commander's dang near more popular than Friday Night Magic at this point.
Yeah.
So, but there's no other card games that are built to be played like that and do well. Gundam was like, we're doing that. Warhammer and Star Wars, I think, been running the miniatures market. Okay, well, guess what else fights in space? Let me just go ahead and put that in there. You know what I mean? Oh, wait. Then on top of that, you get multiple uses out of these miniatures. You can use them for your card games instead, and it looks like it's going to be legal for gameplay. You know how dope it's going to be? You top 5 or you in top 8? and
Ooh,
you play
you know
your
what?
Seed Strike, and then you put your custom built Seed Strike miniature on there. Come on,
Yeah,
man.
it's kind of like when when Pokemon players when they're playing they have a little plush of their Pokemon next to them
Yeah,
while they're playing.
yeah, which is
Um,
something that's huge. It allows more. What's it called when like you're invested? It allows people to be more
yeah, more
invested
yeah,
into what it is. And I think
exactly.
that's great, man.
Uh, and then what I was thinking too is that what if they actually start giving these out as pricing for top like 16 or top 8,
Ooh,
like
special
for let's say
miniatures.
yeah, so let's say for first place they give out like a 10 karat gold what was it Gundam wing Gundam or whatever something like that, you
That'd
know,
be
or
fire,
like
bro.
yeah, you know how cool that'd be, or
That would be
like
fire.
yeah, or like silver plated something like that, you
I'm
know,
I'm down for
just the
cause.
thought, yeah, even like price support too, like cards themselves, that'd be cool.
Bro, people about to start showing up to like tournaments with like briefcases. It's
Just Kai the core up in here,
right.
just
It's gonna
straight
be
up.
dope, man. I think I'm gonna call it right now. Over time, I don't think in the first year. I don't even think maybe in the first 2 years, because due to the fact that One Piece took off running full
Yeah.
sprint and hasn't stopped, and they just kept making good moves after good moves after good moves.
Hmm.
I think because eventually One Piece has to end for the most part. Oh wait, actually, I just saw. I guess they're coming out with an anime where One Piece they like it's from a side character standpoint while all this stuff is happening.
Oh no. So that episode actually came out recently, and that was a retelling of the One Piece characters when they took their hiatus from each other and came back. But
Oh, okay,
it's in the eyes of like their fans or whatever,
okay,
and through the eyes of the Marines of the Paramount War.
okay, for sure then.
So it's a whole thing, yeah.
Well, I
But
think
that's
for the most part, because I know Oda's getting sick, right? Or he was pretty sick, and then
mhm,
that's why he went on a hiatus, right?
yeah.
I don't think that he wants to pull a gun or not a gun, a berserk. I think he wants to actually maybe finish it.
Finished. Yeah.
Um, and once it's finished, it's kind of hard to keep making stuff. I think that's an issue that Dragon Ball Super kind of ran into. It just stopped, and then it was just like, yeah, well, we can't just keep making the same 37 different Gokus and 3,000 different Vegetas, and
Yeah.
you know what I
Yeah.
mean. That's one of the things that started helping Dragon Ball get played out, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm actually surprised I haven't delved into like what is it, God Construction Vegeta yet, or like any of that just yet, or Black Frieza.
yeah.
Just because we know they exist, or like Granola
Hmm.
for that matter. Like we know they exist, they just haven't gone into them for whatever reason.
Exactly. We know it's in the
Um,
manga, but you rather just reset
yeah,
the card game and not do anything. It just
yeah, and
doesn't
then
make
even
sense.
yeah, and then even right now Fusion World's not doing too well. I heard a lot of issues with matches in Fusion World right now at the Bandai Card Fest too about how some Fusion World players and some Masters players were signing up for each other's events, not knowing that it was not their event because they just had Dragon Ball Super.
Oh my
Um,
gosh, man! That
yeah,
you
so
can't have that. Have you? They should just drop that card game, man.
I don't know. I think at this point Masters is like it's on its last leg, and it's
Yeah,
sad to say, like considering I played the game and it was really fun, I enjoyed it.
yeah. It
Um,
was fun while I was playing too,
mhm.
but
But I think it's just time to kind of let go.
yeah, they might have to just let that one go, call that a day. And I think the way that they're doing Gundam, if they keep making good moves, kind of how they keep making good moves with One Piece,
Yeah,
I think Gundam is going to be Bandai's #1 card game in about 3 years.
no bias.
I'm actually saying it without bias. I'm at least trying to, just because I'm looking at like
Yeah.
how big everything is. So One
Well,
Piece
it's not just
really
that
didn't start
too.
getting that big until like
Mhm.
3-4 months before there was a card game.
Yeah.
And I think that was just because like a bunch of anime sucked for a long time, and everybody was just like, "Well, we told y'all to watch One Piece. How come we ain't watch One Piece?" And people finally said, "Screw it. I guess I watch One Piece. I ain't doing nothing
Yeah.
else." And
Yeah.
everybody started loving One Piece, and then the card game came out, and it was just like skyrocket, right?
Hmm.
But to my knowledge, the last couple series of Gundam were pretty gas. Like Iron Blooded Orphans, really good.
Yeah,
Witch of
definitely for
Mercury
like.
brought a lot of new fans, bro.
Hmm.
Because
I agree.
it's just more fun and able to get into. So I think, and Gundam constantly is coming out with a series. They announced another one too. It's called like Gundam Zug or something like that. It's got like 7 U's in it. It's weird. They could have chose a better name, but they did announce it
But
though.
definitely the surge of the Gundam TCG will have people watch the older animes. Not necessarily the old animes of old, but definitely the more like 2010s to now
Oh, like
recent.
Seed, maybe go as far back as like G Gundam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I could see that happening because
A lot of
those
people.
shows had good. They actually had good animation for such an old show.
Yeah, agreed. Plus, the nostalgia factor would bring people back, and they'd be like, "Oh, I remember this. I remember this." Kind of like how Pokemon does it with nostalgia.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, because they can keep printing the same Pikachu over and over and over again, or not the same, but the character,
Mm-hmm.
and they can be okay. So hopefully it's not like that with this, but they have a lot of source material to work with. So I'm hoping that the Gundam card game flourishes and not just has a whole stalemate
Yeah,
with itself.
I agree. I agree. And as long as I mean Bandai got hella cash,
Yeah.
so I'm pretty sure they'll keep forking out stuff. They're probably working on the next 2 Gundam series out from here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they're already like almost done with a set 2 and 3 when it comes to like the card game itself. The
Mm,
anime probably also is going to start basing it off the card game eventually,
mm.
just to add some more source material because they have to have like an anime or something to go off of, maybe even toys, a toy line to kind of help the card game.
Mm.
So definitely looking towards that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire, bro. It's gonna be fire. But I think that was the last slide. Oh no, we do have 2 more
Oh.
slides.
We saw a little more.
Man, let's see. Beta edition store trial events. This is actually muy importante. January 31st through the 2nd, so you don't have a lot of time. It's a 3-day event period. Dang, that sucks. I wish it was at least a week. Because, some people
Yeah,
are off on different work days and stuff or whatever, so. But it is what it is. We have to
yeah,
mark our calendar, sir, for the
yeah.
16th.
For the January 16th at
Yes, sir.
7 a.m.
We got to get in on it as fast as possible. We got a couple car shops around us that we can get into and go get one.
I'm curious. January. That's a Thursday.
The 31st?
No, January 16th for the player application.
Oh, wow. So we better be on top of it on Thursday.
Yeah.
uh,
And then the 31st is a Friday.
31st is Friday? Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it's a
So
Thursday.
Friday and
16th, so we gotta
Sunday?
be up.
Not bad.
I mean, I'll probably already be awake just for work as it is.
I
Um,
definitely will be at work.
yeah. So you gotta put an alarm on and be like, hey, let me take my break real quick.
I know,
It's after
right?
all the events.
Let's see what else. Pre-order for July
Pre-order.
release.
Mm-hmm.
Pre-order period January 20. Wait, they didn't give an exact date for that one. I thought they did.
No, I think it's just generalized.
But that's
period.
for packs. It's not a box. It's probably for box also.
Yeah, 100% boxes.
I think I'm gonna get probably. I think we as a whole, as a team, as a group, as a business, I think it'd be best for us to probably just get 4 starter decks or 2 of each starter deck. Because they're probably gonna do that whole thing. Where it's like you get 2 copies of this great card, type of thing.
They could also do just one copy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Which would
I
be
think
terrible. But Bandai hasn't been that greedy with stuff like that though. Like I know a One Piece they usually give you 2. Digimon they give you 2. What else? The only thing the Digimon does is like they'll give you the high rarity version of a previously released card, but they'll give you 1. Which is that's annoying. But that's for higher rarity stuff. We're just talking about grabbing stuff.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, I think we're just gonna max out on orders if we can
Yeah.
for pre-order, just so we have a plethora of extras.
I'm
Just
definitely
to
getting a symbol starter
just meet the
set.
demand, hopefully.
I sure hope they can, bro.
I know as a newer company, like We're gonna have a few hurdles to get over, and hopefully no allocations, or we have allocations.
Yeah.
Not necessarily take away from us, but obviously to give us more. But we're obviously going to try to get as much as we can, that we're able to meet the demand, and then also play the game ourselves because we like giant space robots fighting each other.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Plus, how else are we going to get the winner cards?
Through that.
But let's see. I think I got one more slide.
No, it's just to really simultaneously
yeah,
the world.
That's huge.
Yeah, I know with Digimon, they just recently did our metas to be the same now. So I think that Gundam starting off right out the gate like that is probably for the best. Especially because it's in a push innovation for deck building just through the roof. So rather than like how Yu-Gi-Oh does it, and then what Digimon currently does right now, I think we'll be together with Digimon next month. So instead of doing that, where we just look at the Japan meta and be like, hey, we already see what you're doing. We're just gonna copy you and just tweak it a little bit. Instead, it's gonna be all on us as the players to develop more things naturally. If that makes sense.
I really like that in card games because I'm not a fan of just being like, oh, well, this is what was good in Japan, so we just play it.
Yeah.
And I like the deck building aspect of card games because then, like, you may have the same base idea as somebody else that came up in there, but you have two totally different build lines.
Yep. Exactly.
And it really shows like who tested what and who didn't. You know what I mean? Over time. So I think that's great. I think it's great.
Definitely a good period of innovation and creativity to come out of this. So I'm excited. I know I'm excited to see new arts. Definitely the deck building aspects, like what I find most fun, breaking game mechanics if possible, playing a different way, playing outside the spectrum of what the creators themselves, the developers themselves, meant for us to play. If possible, to do it. That'll be fun. So let's hope it all is an exciting time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well. Boxes. We finally hit the last slide, sir.
Any closing statements you got?
You said what?
Any closing statements you got?
I haven't been excited for a card game as much as I've been excited for this in a very, very long time. This is going to be my main card game for playing. Probably for content too. I mean, I'll still dabble with the rest of it. But how about you? What on your side? Where's this taking place amongst the 3,000 different Bandai card games that you're playing?
Yeah, I mean, well, I love Digimon too much to kind of stray away from it. Plus, I'm heavily invested in it. I think I will have Digimon and Gundam as my top two. Hopefully, being well versed in both. Hopefully, Gundam's playstyle is really fun. I get to try it. I want to go on it. I want to start the game when it starts, when we get the betas at least, and then kind of go drive from there. Not necessarily watching anything, but just yet. So hopefully it's fun. I enjoyed Digimon quite a bit, and let's see if it takes away from my Digimon time that I hardly have right now. But yeah.
I hope it's best of ones.
At
least at the local level, at the bare minimum at the local level.
Yeah.
Because One Piece is doing quite well as best of ones. Just because it's a little bit slower of a play style. Cards are good on their own. You don't need them to have a like specific line of things. I mean, outside of your pilots.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it could be very good. I tell you right now, I'm gonna call it. I think I'm gonna call your deck. I think you're gonna end up playing Airstrike Gundam blockers, bro. You're gonna play like white blue.
Bet I won't.
You're gonna put a whole bunch of walls up and just tell everybody no, and then just swing for game. Like I see it coming. You're gonna be making people mad on day one.
Listen, man. Anything that gets the people upset, I'm all for.
Sheesh! Way to get everybody riled up against you before we even get 1,000 viewers, man. Sheesh.
Right.
What deck you think I'm gonna end up playing?
You do like control a lot. I don't know what any of the colors do, so I'm just gonna say the most controlling deck you can play. Um, I'd rather get just the strongest control deck.
The only way I'll play control is if it's not like if it's best of one, I'll play control.
Eyes every day.
Man, because best of three, nah, man, I don't want to have too many ties, bro.
Listen, man, I played one of the most the most strictly control decks in Digimon. I did pretty well. Okay, I think you're fine.
Yeah, but your strictly control deck is play a card pass.
Exactly.
So your turns are extremely short.
Yeah, but then, and when I go in time, it's my fault though. I guess.
Yeah, that's true. You hardly ever go into time on your end. People be having nothing on the field, be like, I really don't know if I should play this tamer or not. You like, come on, bro.
Just play your turn.
Right.
I'm good. I win.
Well, that,
Anyways,
sir,
yes.
that'll be an end to our good old fancy Gundam release event thingy. And I'm excited. I hope you're excited.
Yep.
Let's run it. It's a new year. Double chop TCG to the moon.
Collectibles.
You're right. Collectibles. We out.
Deuces.